Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to come along and have a bit of a play with some sheet music. I absolutely love sheet music and it just creates kind of the most gorgeous bits. And I thought let's just come along and make some pretty envelopes and things using some of our sheet music pages. So what I'm going to do first of all is glue them together because, I mean, generally I find sheet music is fragile. And yeah, I think probably reinforcing it is, you know, yeah, generally helpful. I mean, this is actually not too thin. Obviously it varies when you buy it, you know, some can be much thinner than others. This one actually, as it happens, is not too bad, but I've got this one here, for instance, which is in this gorgeous, you know, dark browny colour, but you can probably see the difference already, and that's just like even on screen. Look at the difference in the thickness. I mean, this is like proper flimsy, almost like newspaper. This is, you know, quite a lot thicker. So I'm going to just glue it together first in order to make the envelopes. So for instance, if we take this one, now I'm just checking what sort of size that we want to have our envelopes. So let's just say, just deciding, sorry, which side of this as well is the side I would like. I mean, I can't read sheet music, so I have no clue. You know, I'm just going by what looks nice to me. So yeah, I think probably something like that. So I'm just going to glue this all down all around. And again, I'm just using my wet glue. Now, obviously you could use, oops, Mod Podge or something for this. Probably that would probably be better because you would get it, you know, all over with a much more sort of consistent, well, not necessarily consistent, but, you know, solid. It would be everywhere, wouldn't it? Instead of just kind of in patches. But yeah, let's just go for just the wet glue, which I'm sure will be fine too. So yeah, let's pop it down like that. And we'll just glue this one on top like that. Okay. And then I will just take my glue spreader, which is obviously my, you know, gift card, or, you know, loyalty card or hotel key card, you know, anything at all like that, and just spread that around. Excuse me, just clearing my throat there. Okay, like that. And then we'd be able to just fold this over like this. Now at this point I will probably trim this down to the sort of size that I want this to be. So yeah, let's pop it like that. Actually, I probably want it slightly more, yeah, more like that, I think. So I'm just going to then trim this down on the edges, and then I'll take this all to the sewing machine like that. Okay, I mean, how gorgeous is that, to be honest? So let's do a couple on some of this colour sheet music as well. So what I think I'd quite like to do here is do actually smaller envelopes. So I'm going to do this in half first, like that. Oops, like that, and then glue these down. So now again, you can probably see I've got this big sort of torn section, so I'm not sure how this is going to be. Let's just glue it together. Now I'm wondering whether I might be able to glue this, oops, sorry, just had some glue threads there. I'm wondering whether I might be able to glue this kind of in the reverse, if you see what I mean, so that I've got the torn section on the other side. So if I glue it down, or I could even glue it, yeah, maybe this way. Okay, right. I don't know. This is wing and a prayer stuff, really. So, yeah, I should have really kind of concentrated a bit better and thought about this. But, hey, I only just really thought of it while I was doing it. So, yeah, let's glue that down like that. Okay, right. And then I want to have this, obviously, like that as my kind of piece here. I'll just do it slightly higher like that. Now I'm going to just trim this down a bit because otherwise I've got that really big you know, blank space, if you like. So actually thinking it should have come up a bit taller, or a bit, yeah, a bit higher, like that. Okay, like that. And then this flap will be here, like that. Okay, and then I can trim the whole thing down so that it's hopefully in line. Oops. I mean, I'm probably doing this really completely the wrong way round, and probably should be, you know, not really doing it this way round, but I'm sure it will be fine. So like that. Okay, so let's do another one of those, because I quite like that little size, to be honest. It's really pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I quite like that. So let's do this one. This one obviously hasn't got the torn bit, so I don't really need to worry so much here. Just squish this down a bit. Just going to take this slightly smaller. Okay, like that. Okay, let's move that to one side. Okay, and we will just glue this one together. And again, you know, you might just have one side that you like better than the other. So just checking now which side I like the best. Yeah, I mean, I quite like that. Yeah, okay. So again, just glue this down. I mean, you know, literally we are just thickening this up so it's more durable. That's all we're doing here. Like that, okay. Okay. Put that down like that. So I didn't have to kind of muck about sticking this upside down or any of that stuff, because of course, you know, I didn't have a torn section that I was trying to disguise or cover up or, you know, work with. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this across here. Like that, okay. And then again, just going to fold our envelope up like that, and then the flap like that. Okay, so I'm just going to again trim this down on this edge. Oops. Yeah, I mean, how pretty does that look? So I'm wondering whether I've got any more of that dock. Hold on. Oh, I don't think I have, because I would have done then, you know, another one of that size, but with the dock. I don't think I've got any. Sorry, I'm just having a quick look to see whether I have. I can't see any. Oh, that's such a shame. That is such a shame. Right, okay. Okay, I'm just going to do a couple more then in this one. I mean, to be honest, could actually just fold this, in fact, and then I would be able to use this one. So, yeah. I don't know why I hadn't really thought of that before, but hey. Let's use this. At least we thought of it now. So again, just glue this down. Okay. I'm trying not to dip my sleeves into the glue. Oops. And even as I said it, I then almost dipped them straight in. Okay. Like that. Okay. Okay, right, and then, yeah, let's again fold this up here, and then let's have a longish flap for this one, so coming down here, like that. Okay. Oh, I mean, how gorgeous does that look? Looks so pretty, doesn't it? And then I'm just going to trim this edge down slightly, like that, okay? So, yeah, I don't know why that didn't occur to me before, but actually folding it over is, of course, you know, by far the quickest way to do this, isn't it? So, yeah, let's just do this one. Again, I mean, I quite like the titles, but not necessarily for this. So, for this project, I think you're better, you know, just having the plain sheet music. And I'm just going to trim this kind of white headery bit off now before gluing that together. Okay, again, just go round, get my glue down everywhere. Okay, like that, and oh, get that everywhere. Okay, that's it, and then just glue this down. Okay, so how cute do these look? And then just literally fold that up again here, like that. Okay, and then my flap just coming over like that. And so yeah, how pretty does that look? Okay, and then I'm just going to trim down again on this edge. Right, so I'm going to take these to the sewing machine. Oops, sorry, made a terrible job of cutting this one. Don't know what went on there, but it does not look good. Right, going to take these to the sewing machine and stitch them, just stitch them around, and then I'll be back. So hold on a moment. Okay, so I'm back from the sewing machine. I'm just going to pull you down slightly so that you can see perhaps a little bit better. So I've stitched them in different ways, so I can just kind of show you, you know, a few different kind of ways that I've done this. So then, you know, if you're making these, you can decide how you like them best. I think all are fine. Don't necessarily have a preference. So sometimes I like to just stitch down the sides, if you see what I mean, so that then I've got the full depth as my envelope. Can you see there? I've got no stitching at the bottom, so I've just got the stitching down each side, and then I've stitched around the front flap. So I stitched these separately. So I stitched across here, which is, you know, obviously this bit, before I stuck it together, you know, stitched it together. So I stitched across here, folded it up, stitched that line, released the needle, stitched this line down, released the needle, and then I turned it over so that my stitching for the flap is then right way up, if you see what I mean. And I just stitched around until about there on each point, because otherwise you'd have like the underneath stitching. Not that I mind that, there's nothing wrong with that, but because it's my envelope flap, I thought it would just look tidier to turn it around and have the over stitching, if you see what I mean. And this is just the type of thing that, to be honest, when I first started making journals, I never ever would have done things like this. So it's just kind of, you know, I'm not trying to teach people to suck eggs or anything like that. It's just that's the type of thing that I wouldn't have even been aware of kind of doing. So yeah, I mean, it's just something that, you know, is optional, of course, but, you know, you might just find that actually for that just extra step of releasing the needle and turning it over, you might find that you feel more happy with it if it's got the stitching kind of the right way up, if you know, if you see what I mean. So this one here, just to, you know, show you kind of another different example, basically, is I've stitched around the entire thing. So I first again stitched across here again before I'd stuck it together or stitched it together. So stitched across there and then stitched the entire thing, so including the bottom. So if you see now, it's not the full depth. It's still a big envelope, you know, still nice and roomy, but I've stitched on the bottom. So can you see the difference? This one's stitched, this one's not stitched. Again, I don't really think, you know, one is better than the other. They're just alternative ways of doing it and alternative things that you might want to try. And then for this one, I didn't even bother stitching the flap at all. So my stitching ends here where my pocket is folded up, if that makes sense. So where the pocket's folded up is where the stitching starts and where the stitching ends. So it does not go around the flap at all. So again, just, you know, just showing you the differences between the stitched flap and the not stitched flap, if that makes sense. And then of course I've got this one where I've stitched again around the flap, not around the bottom, but this is on that much darker sheet music colour. So, you know, again, just giving you the examples of the different looks. This one here, obviously, you know, stitched the same, but it's got that dark coloured sheet music. So, you know, and you can also get sheet music with different colour print, if that makes sense. So, I don't know whether I've got any behind me. I think I have. Here, this is a brownie reddy colour. So again, you know, if you kind of look around when you've, you know, when you're lucky enough to find some sheet music, I mean, this is black on the back, but it's this colour here. So, you know, if you hunt around, you might be able to find some different kind of pieces like that as well, which all obviously will then mix up and add to your, you know, different looks that you can achieve. So this one, again, stitched just round on the two sides here. I've not stitched the flap. Oops, like that. And then the final one, obviously, was this one, which, again, totally different look, purely because this is obviously now a huge envelope instead of one of those tiny envelopes. So, again, just tidy up, cut my fraying threads. Oh, I lost my words there. Fraying threads off. So I've stitched, again, around the flap, just kind of like ending here and here. And then around my pieces here, but it's a much bigger envelope. So, you know, you really can mix and match and, you know, just kind of change them to suit yourself. And then you can do other things like round your corners, for instance, on your flap. And that's all going to just change the appearance again. So, you know, one envelope, if you see what I mean, or one material, i.e., you know, just the sheet music, and you've got quite a few different variations that you can do with really not much effort, you know, not much kind of, yeah, not much effort, I guess, but they're lots of different kind of appearances. So I thought let's decorate a couple up, and what I thought we could do is just use some snippet roll. So I've got some snippet roll here that I've been using for other things, and I just thought, how gorgeous is this going to look on some of these pieces? So I've got different pieces of snippet roll. So just want to decide which pieces to use. I've been snippet roll crazy at the moment, and yeah, really having a blast making snippet rolls all the time. So let's just take these, for instance. I'm thinking this on this colour. Oh my goodness. I mean, how gorgeous is that on that colour? Absolutely scrummy, huh? Now, do we like it on the small one or on the big one? I actually quite like it on the big one. So let's just move this to one side for a minute. Oh my goodness. How gorgeous and scrumptious does that look? Oh, I think that flower must have had something in the centre and it's obviously come off. I couldn't even tell you what it had. No, this lace just happened to be at the side of my desk. I'm not kidding. It was just there. I mean, how fluky is that? Because talk about perfect colour. So, yeah, I love it like that. Or do we prefer the lace at the bottom? Do we prefer the snippet roll on the flap? Which is kind of quite nice because it holds the flap down as well. Yeah, I think actually I prefer it like that probably. Yeah, I think I prefer it like that. So now I'm just going to ink around here because you can just see, or actually I don't need to, I'm going to tear this out. Just so we don't see that underneath of the snippet there, like that. Just because it was white and so it looked a little bit kind of glary, you know, in comparison to the rest. I've just got this. So this is just one of my labels, but I thought, oh, colour-wise, this maybe ties in quite nicely. So let's just see. You know, may or may not look nice, but let's just give it a try. Or we could have it down that bottom bit. Let's just check. It's quite nice there actually too, doesn't it? Oh, maybe I'll have it there actually going off to the side. So just glue this one down. Like that. Okay. Don't very often put things sideways, or no, it's not sideways, but you know, slanty like that. But it looks kind of quite nice, I think, on there, doesn't it? Let me just see what else I've got here. Okay, right, now on here I'm just going to ink this up a little bit, because if anywhere shows, or if any of this shows, I don't want it looking just bright white. So it's just easier to ink it up first, like that. And then I'm just going to glue this down. Now, again, just for speed, I'm just going to use my hot glue. Okay, and probably want that, you know, pretty close to the edge like that. Okay. So, I mean, I've barely got any showing, but just those couple of bits that do now, they're inked up, and so they look fine, don't they? And it's just one of those kinds of things that, you know, you didn't have to do that, but by doing just that little extra sort of step, it just makes it more seamless when you then look at it. Oh, how pretty does that look? Love how that looks. Right, now I'm just thinking if I could have a magnet here. So, yeah, let's just see. Because I'm thinking my magnet could go under there. And then here, oops, here. Like that. Oh, how lovely is that? So all I'm going to do is just stick this down here. Whoops. Like that. Okay, and then I'm going to just pop this one like that. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is close the envelope up, and then that magnet's gone exactly where I need it to go. And then I can glue this on exactly over the top. So I'm just going to put this on, again, just using my hot glue, overkill completely, but you know, it's just kind of for speed. So yeah, pop that down like that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, how pretty is that? And then can obviously have my lace just going along the bottom. So again, just going to hot glue the lace down like that. Okay. Oh, how pretty does that look? Really, really, really cute, isn't it? And again, you know, I mean, I don't know whether I even feel the need to decorate the back, because to be honest, you could have this just as a pocket like that, you know, in which case you wouldn't even need to decorate this back section. You could just have it like that, which I think is really pretty. Yeah, I mean, if I did want to decorate it, I'd probably use something like a postcard or something like that on the back. But yeah, I might just leave it like that, to be honest, because I think actually that looks really, really pretty as it is. I'm just going to see if I want to have any other flowers or anything on here. I mean, that's quite pretty. Let me just ink this up a bit. Oh, it's turning really chilly now. It had been really nice earlier, and yeah, it's just kind of suddenly turning a bit chilly. See, I've got my heating off. I'm filming this way ahead, so please, if you watch this and you think, oh, I should hope she's got her heating off, because, you know, maybe this goes up in, I don't know, July or something, then please know that, honestly, yeah, I would hope I have got my heating off by that point. But at this moment in time, it's just this sort of very early spring, so yeah, we've only just started having warmer weather, but yeah, kind of it's that sort of half and half weather, you know, where you're constantly thinking, oh, the heating needs to be off, oh, it needs to be back on, oh, it needs to be off, oh, it needs to be on. We're at that stage. Right, just seeing whether I want to have another flower. Oh, maybe getting a bit too many colours going on here. So that's quite nice, but oh, I quite like it like that, actually. Yeah, let's just pop this down, because I mean, it has got that little touch of red up there, hasn't it? Oh, how gorgeous does that look? Very, very vintage, isn't it? Love that. And it feels gorgeous, this does. Right, okay, so that's that one. Okay, let's pull in another one. So let's do one like this now. Again, shall we round the corners of this one? I don't know why, but yeah, I think maybe when they don't have the stitch in, they look like they're crying out for the corners to be rounded. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like that's the case. Right, let's have a look and see what snippet we want on here. So again, I've got the different snippet rolls here. So I don't know now. I actually quite like this section here. I think that looks quite pretty. This probably a little bit too big, although I don't mind it. Let's just see what else we've got. Yeah, I mean, these are kind of leftover really from something else I was making, but oh, that's quite nice on there. Oh, do you know, I'm going to go for that first bit because actually I think that just happened to look really nice on there. So yeah, let's just go for it here. Okay, so again, just going to tear this down so I haven't got that white, you know, that white edge. Okay. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? Love how that looks. It's so pretty, isn't it? So now I haven't inked any of this yet. Do I want to ink it? I think I probably do. Oh, it's a tough one because, to be honest, I actually really like it not inked, weirdly enough. I think it actually looks quite nice not inked. I've just got this. I'm sure that this is not going to look good on here, but hey, let's just give it a try. Just because, again, it's just floating here on my desk, so it's always good to just use things, isn't it, that are just floating around otherwise. Let's just see. Oh, maybe not. Although it's quite cute over there. Just depends really whether I want to go more colourless or, you know, add some colour. Oh, let's bring this ticket piece in. So, well, it's a label really, but let's have a look. Okay, and yep. Okay, oops. Sorry, I had a thread hanging from something else there. I just thought I'd snip that off. Yeah, that's quite pretty, isn't it? And then I don't know, what lace would we have on here? Just got this black lace. I'm not saying this is necessarily the piece, but I thought, oh, it's just hanging around here on my desk. Let's try it. Don't mind it. I mean, it's not the piece, I think. It's not the one. Don't mind it. Just gonna see. Just got, again, just happens to be laying around here. So I just love to be able to just pull things in that are just, you know, laying about, because it's really great to use them up, isn't it? Oh, I don't know now. What do we think? What do we think? I mean, the other thing that I'm using all the time, obviously, is that sari silk and ruffling it. So let's just see if we might want to have a bit of ruffled sari silk on that edge. Because definitely, I mean, that picks up her colour of her dress, doesn't it? Now, would we want it there or would we want it here? Let's just have a look. Oh, I think maybe there. So, yeah, let's put this. Like I say, I haven't actually inked this up or anything. So, yeah, I mean, it maybe should have been inked, really, but I can always ink it afterwards. So, yeah, let's see how it looks without inking first. So, Right. Let's just pop this one down. Okay. Well. Okay, and a bit more here. Oh dear. I'm making a bit of a mess of ruffling this for some reason today. I think the sari silk was very caught up, and yeah, I definitely should have spread it before trying to glue it. Look, it's kind of, yeah, rolled up. So definitely, that was not the best method. Should have taken the time to straighten the sari silk out a little bit, but never mind. I mean, it still looks fine. It still worked okay. It just would have been easier. I mean, it still worked fine. It still looks fine. It just would have been easier to actually glue it had I done that. So, right, we're going to have that like that. And then this little label. Yeah, I think there. Now, do I want to have that black lace? Just because I'm thinking, oh, perhaps now we've got that blue. Well, that's quite striking actually, isn't it? Okay, right, I'm just going to ink this up slightly. Okay, so I'll just glue this down first. Okay. Like that, and then this here, like that. Oops. Yeah, I mean, how pretty does that look? So I'm just going to glue this whole snippet roll down, which will hopefully clamp that lace in place, and then I'll trim the lace down that's coming out at the side kind of afterwards. So yeah, like that. Okay. And then just snip this bit out here. Oh, how pretty does that look? I'm just going to check whether I want to have anything up here. You know, again, just to kind of tie that black in from the bottom. So, I mean, that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? I don't know whether we'd need to have, you know, something else with that rather than just having that plonked there, which maybe is a bit weird. If we maybe have something like this. This might be too blue, but let's try it. Because I think the other one might be a bit small. Again, you know, we've got all these millions of bits, but never quite the thing. Never quite the thing that we need, have we? So again, just ink this up. Just put my scissors there to hold that in place like that. Maybe something like that, yeah. So again, just like, oops, hold that there, and then I hope I don't move that lace around too much. Okay, so yeah, like that. Okay, we might even be able to have a little flower there. Let me just see. Oops, see whether I've got some. Hold on. You know, thinking like a small one. So, and I know this is pink, which you maybe are thinking, oh, what's she doing? But this lady's got this pink dress on, so I feel like, you know, I could get away with pink somewhere. I mean, I don't know. Maybe when I try it, I will think, oh, perhaps not. Oh, squish that down. Yeah, I mean, I actually think that pink looks quite nice there. So I'm going to have it just on that end. Oops, like that. Oh, how pretty does that look? Yeah, love how that looks. Now, do I want to have anything in the centre of that flower, or just leaving it kind of naked like that? Just see if we want any bling anywhere on this envelope. Ooh, I do always love bling, it's got to be said. Oh, how about there? It's quite nice, isn't it? Now, I'm thinking I might struggle to put that whole length on there, so let me just take a slightly smaller piece. Just because it's a little bit too bumpy, I think maybe if it was too long, going across all those different bumps is a little bit too tricky. So, yeah, let's just try it like that. Come on. Oops. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Yeah. Just get that little bit of glue out. Oh, I love how that looks. So, yeah, completely different look for that envelope, isn't it? And just gorgeous. And then, you know, I mean, this one, we could just even take like a little rusted paper clip. Oops. And just clip that together like that. And that's holding that closed. I mean, how gorgeous does that look? Really pretty, isn't it? Okay, let's do one more. So, yeah, let's take this one because I quite liked the look of that green on this. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. How gorgeous does that look? Or that. Oh, I don't know now. All right, let's do this. And have to just get rid of this section here because it's just a bit too big. Okay. Oh, how pretty does that look on there? I love that green against that, you know, I don't know what they call this colour of this sheet music, but yeah, isn't it just the most lovely colour? And that green, wow, just looks lovely on there, doesn't it? Okay, this is not the right colour green, but yeah, I just kind of had to try it. I've got some other sari silk in this green. Oh, that's definitely not the right colour green. Right, let me just have a look. Oh, don't think I've got any that's the right colour. Well, that's such a shame, isn't it? Because, yeah, that would have looked really good. Would have looked really good. Right, let me see what I've got. These labels, they're not probably green enough, but let's try. Put that down. Okay. Yeah, I don't think these are going to be green enough, but we'll just see. I wonder if I've got a green butterfly actually. Because I'm just thinking, oh, something else green on that top, you know, on the flap would look really nice. Yeah, maybe I've got a green butterfly somewhere. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let's just pop those like that. Now, do I want some lace coming out from here? And again, weirdly, I'm thinking black. What do we think? Don't know. Don't know what's going on with the black, but yeah, for some reason, black is kind of calling me on this. Oh my goodness. How gorgeous does that look? Just dangling there. I don't know whether this is going to be the right piece, but let's just give it a try. definitely too big. So let me just cut this down. Okay. Oops. Oh my goodness. Just can never see the right and the wrong. I mean, how hard is that to actually see? Oh, come on. Now I just moved it and ruffled the whole thing. Ruffled the whole thing away. Oh, I love that. Right, okay. Let's hold that out of the way. Right, this is going to be tricky. So, yeah, let's just try and pop the whole thing down. Which in turn is going to hold this lace. Now I want the lace kind of ruffled a bit like that. Okay, like that. My gosh, I love the look of that green on that colour. It's so striking, isn't it? And with that black, oh, how pretty does that look? Just lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, and then we could... let's just see. Oop, that's upside down. Just try this up here. Weirdly, I quite like that bit of lace at the top actually on this, I think. Oh, I can't see whether this is up the right way or the wrong way. I think it's up that way. I know it's a bit weird being tucked under, but I just thought, oh, perhaps. Oh, no. Can't really see it at all under there, so completely pointless putting it under there. Let's try it like that. What do we think? I quite like the black lace up the top like that. I think that's quite pretty. Yeah, quite pretty. Let me just quickly have a look beside me and see whether I've got any of the green butterflies. Oh, of course I haven't. No. I mean, that would just be far too easy, wouldn't it, if I actually had, you know, something that I was actually looking for. What's this? I've got this from my Rose Park kit. Now, this is on just copy paper, it's got to be said. So, yeah, it's probably not really robust enough, but let's just cut this out and see. Also, to be honest, this has been coffee dyed and it would have been better not coffee dyed, I think, really, for this. But it's always worth a try, isn't it? So, yeah. Okay. What's that? Oops. Just see. It's quite nice, isn't it? I mean, it's quite dramatic looking. Yeah. Oh, let's have that. Right. Okay. So, oh my goodness. Right. So I'm going to try and pop that lace down by gluing down this label. Again, I mean, it's a shame I haven't got the bigger labels here because it would have been better, but I'm just kind of going with what I've got, really. Oops. Now, what's having that? Oh, sorry, I've got these glue threads and they're just sticking to everything I touch now. Can you see? Just, oh, right. Yeah, weirdly enough, I was going to have the butterfly over to the side, but actually it might be better there in the middle. What do you think? Mustn't keep moving that. Right, let me glue this lace down because all the time it's moving about, it's making it pretty difficult to really see where anything's going to go. So yeah, let's just pop that down like that. Okay. I mean, to be honest, that butterfly's so pretty. I actually think it looks fine everywhere. You know, it's another one of those things, isn't it? That, to be honest, it looks it looks pretty everywhere it's put, really. I wish I could hear you guys, because you are maybe shouting and saying, no, not there, or put it there, or, you know. So, yeah, I didn't like it lopsided there, so it's either over here or it's in the middle. I think probably over there. Okay, right, let's just glue this down. So, like I say, I mean, this is actually copy paper thickness, and, yeah, I mean, it's been coffee dyed, so, you know, it could have done with being thicker, really, but it's fine. Oh, how pretty does that look? Now, what did I do? There we go, with that three things of bling. So we could either have them, oops, on that butterfly or on this one. Or we could actually have two. So we could have a bit there and then maybe some on this as well. Should we try that? Let's put this one down. Okay. And then this one probably needs 4, I think, a row of 4 little diamante bits, because it's obviously a bigger butterfly. Oops. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Just, oh, how gorgeous does that look? Yummy, yummy. Right, okay. Let's pop that one down. I don't know why I've got so covered in glue today, or glue threads. Some days it's worse than others. They're obviously very thready today. Yeah, I'm literally covered in them, and every time I touch anything, it's literally sticking on me and then, you know, moving around the desk with me. Oh, I love how that looks. Okay, so that's probably all we've got time for. So let's see the 3 that we did, or the 3 that we've decorated and finished. So, because we made 5, didn't we? But we've only actually decorated 3. So let me just, oops, what did I do with them? Oh, they're up there. Right, so we've obviously got these ones, which we've, you know, not done yet. We've got this one, which I absolutely love. Got this one, oops, this one. And we've got this one. So, I mean, they all look pretty different, don't they? But aren't they just so yummy and gorgeous? Oh, just love them. So, yeah, I mean, I hope that you have fun. Maybe it's given you some inspiration to get out your sheet music and, you know, kind of combine it with your snippet roll pieces. And, yeah, just have some fun and make some little bits and bobs with your sheet music and your pieces. So, yep, I hope that you like what we've made and have fun if you make some. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.